afternoon. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, July 21st, 2018, 3 p.m. Eastern. In today's meditation, we think there's a lot about humanity's experiencing, and when people get negative feelings like anger, sadness, despair, grief, depression, or guilt of some kind arises, a lot of the times we have a tendency to fight those emotions that come in. We try to ignore them or fight them, which is not a good thing. This is all about facing our stresses, our worries, kind of like allow it to come into your body fully, give it space to enter you, and this way you become the master of it instead of it taking you hostage and owning you. So, in other words, if you think about that, if you fight these feelings and emotions that come in, we always fight them or try to subdue them with, different medications and stuff that a lot of people do. But if we face off on these feelings that we have, and all of us at one time or another, sometimes we're flooded with negative feelings like anger, sadness, despair, grief, depression, guilt. Guilt arises, and what we do is we just sit with it. But if you allow it to come into your body fully, give it space to enter you, and this way you become the master of it instead of it taking you hostage. So if it takes you hostage, it causes you to worry and stress and fear and constantly be worry, stressing, and fearing and getting angry. The worry, stress, and fear creates anger. And then, of course, it creates guilt. And so it's just a spiral that takes place in us. So it's kind of like, have it come in, set a spell, let it just, sit, give it space to enter, and you become the master. It is not the master of you, and whatever emotion or feeling comes in. And this has a lot to do with our meditation on the planet here, with why we're here meditating and for humanity and for the direction of the light of gratitude and happiness and joy and bliss, is to eliminate, as these emotions and feelings come in, and we let them come in and fully just allow them, because it's an automatic force to fight these emotions and feelings, is to ignore them and suppress them. And that's why so many people are dealing with depression on the planet, because they're constantly fighting these things. And instead of saying, well, let me take a look at this. Why am I feeling this way? Why is this happening? Why are these things taking place? Well, how come I have this sadness or this despair and grief? Sometimes we can identify why, and other times we don't know why. They just come in. And that way, we're taking basically a list, categorizing to know exactly, what's going on, why are these coming in, why am I feeling this way, and to address it and to know it. And then that's why we allow it to come into our body fully. Just let it come in. Don't push it away, because we push it away, it causes all kinds of problems. So then we go into the spiral, and then it becomes our master, whatever it may be. The anger becomes our master, the sadness becomes our master, the despair becomes our master, the grief, the depression, or the guilt that arises from it. So these things, and it's all about getting in the habit and on everything. It's getting ourselves accustomed to these new ways that we haven't really practiced. We usually do the opposite. And so we practice these things, and it becomes automatic for us. We don't, how do I put it? We don't become complacent because we are not aware. We become complacent because we're not aware. And a lot of the times we have this fear to actually allow these things into our body fully. And you can understand the difference and because we all do it, and, of allowing it to come in fully, and that way you become the master of it. But if you don't let it come in fully, it ends up taking you hostage and owning you. And I don't know, I haven't come across anybody yet who hasn't experienced these things, usually on a weekly basis or daily basis. So, this is a way to alleviate these things that will hang with us if we fight them. They'll just keep hanging and hanging and hanging and hanging. See? And instead, if you bring them fully into your body, they do disappear. There's no meaning anymore. There's no real, it's a illusion that is created by us. And, I've said in the past that, 99.9% of the things that we bring in, we start concentrating on them, and they become a reality because we stress on them so much. And a lot of the times, nothing ever takes place, ever happens. And look at all that spent energy. Look at all of it. Would you rather be angry, irritated, ticked off the rest of your existence at things in life, or would you rather embrace and this is what's interesting, because a lot of people will become angry at embracing the positive. They're more comfortable holding on to the negatives in this life and nurturing the negatives in their lives, rather because they get upset if you talk about positive. They go right back to harping on the negatives of this life, period. And it's a constant around the planet. I mean, there's many humans do it. It's just automatic. And you wonder why so many people are expended, exhausted, tired, fatigued of fighting these things on a continual basis. And they stay in a path of irritation, stress, anxiety, depression, guilt from all of it arises because they're feeling this way, despair, grief. All of these things, depending on your life, depending on what you're being exposed to, and depending on how you filter it, how you handle it. And that's why we have so many people dependent on antidepressants and everything in this country, because of the fact that the people don't accept things coming in. They fight them, they push them, causes pressure, causes anxiety, causes worry, causes fear. And it's a spiral down effect with us. And you think about that in your heart and your mind and realize it doesn't take much to start identifying why we respond and act the way we do emotionally. We're literally being held ransom by our feelings and thoughts. We're being held hostage. And a lot of us aren't even aware of that because we're in the cycle and we get into the habit of it, period. So this is, this meditation is applied to all of us and all of humanity to the word ease. Ease of life. Ease of existence. Ease yourself. Become peaceful. And by becoming peaceful, you're allowing these things to come in. You're allowing these things into your body fully and give it space to enter you. And then this way, you're mastering. Watch what happens. You'll master these feelings, these thoughts that come in. You won't fight them anymore. You say, okay, well, why am I feeling this way? And you kind of look at it. You don't analyze it too much. and then it just vaporizes, it disappears. So meditation of ease, we're easing ourselves into a peaceful coexistence. We are not flustered or frustrated, because we do this to ourselves. If something doesn't happen when we want it to happen, we lose patience, we become irritable, we become angry, we become fearful, excuse me, so many things happen because of the fact that we fight these things. We try to bury them, we try to anesthetize them, instead of just basically saying, here, come in, sit down, take a load off. How are you? And I know it's not that easy. It really isn't. It's not like snapping your fingers and being able to do this real quickly. But to have the thought and the emotion in you that you bring this in and you identify it and you know it, then it allows you to start practicing this way and see what happens. All right. At first, it might not feel too comfortable. It might feel a little edgy, but you see what happens. It takes you out of your comfort zone. You can see what happens when you start practicing this application. So we're gonna meditate for obviously the entire human race and ourselves and the planet. And this is a meditation of ease. We're going to ease all of hostilities, frustrations, fears, anxieties, depressions. We're going to allow them to just be eliminated naturally. Just let them fly away and dissolve. And the way they do that is that if we allow them to just come in, sit a spell, invite them in as they come, rather than ignore them or stress about them. It takes some courage in some people. So, if you will, go into your place where you won't be interrupted if you aren't already there. And you want to relax yourself. You want to, from head to toe, ease yourself as much as possible, your physical body. Drop the shoulders, relax your body. Picture a scene somewhere where you're by a meadow or a brook or a stream, and whatever you find that eases you, relaxes you. Whatever scene, whatever part of being out in nature, whatever it is, whatever picture you have, embrace that picture. Be there. And as you do this and you become more relaxed and less stressed, then you want to breathe, take deep breaths, inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. You want to hold it a few seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, and let it out. And as you breathe in, you're taking in divine positive energy. And as I've shared with you, when any negative feeling like anger, sadness, despair, guilt, grief, depression, and guilt arises, just sit with it. Allow it to come into your body fully. Give it space to enter you. And believe as you do this, you become the master of it instead of it taking you hostage and owning you. So, you're giving your feelings space and time to be fully experienced, and it will empower you absolutely and completely. It really will. When you allow a feeling and experience to enter your body in the rawest form, and without the story being attached to the feeling, you then bring a deeper, more grounded energy into your body and mind. And so you become more present, alive, less controlling, less fear-based, and more, I guess you could put it, more genuine as a human being. You don't dwell on them or the story. You just allow each feeling and sensation to flow through with patience and curiosity. And then you're going to discover, a much deeper peace that abides at your very core. And that's when you become a master of your emotional life, when you can feel all your feelings and enjoy them all. That's key. So that kind of explains it. So as you're breathing in, you're taking in divine positive energy. You're taking in bliss and happiness and joy and peace. You're taking in, a deeper peace that abides at your very core, and that is your very core, where your higher self, your God spark is. So you're becoming physically in the physical body, just as your God spark is in the etherical body. You are becoming calm and at ease with many things. So as you breathe in and you breathe out, you're breathing out all of the things that you fight, that you have contention with, that you are irritated about, that you're angry about. Those things are being eliminated. You're stopping and obstructing these emotions and feelings from literally flowing through. They come in and they leave. That's what happens, which empowers you. You start realizing that, hey, these things aren't something to ignore and to fight. They're to invite in and let them flow through. And as they flow through, they dissipate and they leave. They're gone. That's how you become the master. Then your confidence rises. So now what we want to do is go through the heart center. Come through your heart center. Go deep as you can, deep. Keep going deeper, deeper, deeper until you start seeing the reflection, the glitter, and the light of the golden, white, pink light, purple transmuting flame in the vortex. So you enter the vortex. It's all around you and above you, and you're being saturated with eternal love from head to toe. You can feel it vibrate as it comes in. As you reconstruct things, thoughts, emotions, you start inviting in things that before you would try to block. And you see your higher self, you join with your higher self, you become one, you're at peace. Everybody has joined with their higher self in communication. All of our God sparks are in communication. We now invite all of the archangels, all of the cherubim, all the seraphim. We invite all of the ascended masters. We invite inner earth, hollow earth. We invite all of the sprites and fairies. We invite all the loved ones who have passed over. We invite all light beings who are of love and from love to join us in this meditation. We're all protected. We're all encased in a perfect sphere or bubble of the pure golden, white, pink light, purple transmuting flame of prime source creator God, of eternal love, and the only thing that can penetrate that sphere is eternal love. And so, arm in arm, hand in hand, as everybody has joined, we float up above the planet. We see our meditative sphere holding all of the meditations that we have given and performed in perpetual motion within this golden, white, pink light sphere, fringed with the purple transmuting flame. Now we feel the pink, golden, white, pink light stream down, rain on top of us, penetrate us, saturate us. We feel an ease come over us. We become at ease, passive, relaxed, as this saturation continues throughout our bodies. We start finding ourselves allowing thoughts, emotions, and feelings, and angers, and stresses, and fears to come in, and anxieties. And as they come in, we start to discover a deeper peace that abides at our very core, which is our higher self, our God spark. And we then find ourselves, as the saturation continues, and as it's going across humanity as well as it is us, we become the master of our emotional life. And when you master your emotional life, you can feel all your feelings. And it's empowering. It's very freeing to know that you become the master for the first time, instead of all of these feelings and stresses and all of this stuff that just comes in that you're fighting, having tug-of-wars with, stressing out with, comes in, and it usually becomes the master and controller of you. You are now the master of all. You can feel all your feelings and enjoy them all. Think about that. This is something to practice, and this is allowing you, and it's in full motion now. It is saturating through you and saturating through the entire human race, all over the planet, inside and out, and allowing people to stop fearing, to stop blocking these emotions, and let them flow through. And this is where the ease comes in. It literally situates humanity, all of us, it puts us at ease. Just simple ease, where we become calm and we become confident in our mastery of our feelings and emotions. And of course, it takes time, but it's now begun. And it is up to each and every one of us to embrace it, become empowered with it, and practice it. No matter if it's a little bite the first day or a big bite. Just depends on how you want to master your emotions, your feelings. So I'll join you in the meditation. I'll be back to close it out.
Hello, I am Julie Joy of the Young Lightworkers. I'm going to stop recording for the several moments of silence. Feel free to pause your device and then join us when you are ready for the wrap-up.
The vibrational shift, the change in the frequencies. You probably should feel a little bit lighter, like opening windows to a stuffy house, letting the air flow through. Feel the air on your face, the breeze, and experiencing that feeling of lightness, being at ease. It's almost like, on a sunny afternoon, cool breeze blowing, sun shining, and you're in a hammock, just totally at ease with yourself, completely relaxed, and you're open to allowing things to just come and flow and literally dissipate as they come through. You don't have any care or concern. You have mastered it, and you're in that mode and allowing it all to come in. And as it comes in, it leaves. It doesn't stay forever because you've addressed it and identified, and you've become much calmer, much more at ease, much more relaxed, and it's your confidence and your strength of mastery. You become the master. Remember that. You're the master, not your thoughts and feelings. Those you control from a certain perspective, okay? It's not like you can turn things on and off like a faucet. I don't mean that. I mean that you will literally identify things. They will be invited in instead of ignored, and they'll sit a spell, and you'll find yourself becoming more peaceful, more relaxed, more content, more confident in things, and things in your life will shift. Many brighter things will appear. as your anger, stress, anxiety, depression, all of these things that we all contend with at times that come in, a lot of the times, we fight them, we push them off, we try to ignore them, we take medication, whatever. And by doing this, we become masters of our thoughts and feelings. We embrace, and then they dissipate. So think about that as the day goes by on this Saturday. Realize that. You might want to try it, see what happens. You might want a little bit at a time, just to test the waters. You might be surprised. So I wish everybody a perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect abundance, perfect prosperity, perfect riches, perfect happiness, perfect ease, perfect peace, perfect bliss, perfect happiness, perfect joy. These are wonderful things. Embrace them, invite them into your life, and let them sit at the table with you. We'll be back here Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, and July 22nd, 2018. And may God bless each and every single one of you.